You have the accolades from the IMF, UN, Arab League. What you're seeing is Iraq is ready to go international. That's my opinion. You can decide something different, but that's what we're seeing. They've got the support of the largest entities in the world. Everybody realizes Iraq is about ready to do something and make changes. Mesrour Barzani discusses regional developments with Trump's national security nominee. Quote, the two sides discussed the latest developments in Iraq, the Kurdistan region and the region in general, and stressed the importance of strengthening bilateral relations and joint work to maintain security and stability in the region. The word shock is not being just used freely. It is specific to what is about to happen to the monetary reform. Once those auctions stop, many Iraqi citizens will start to ask more questions. It will shock most of the citizens that don't know what's going on. It will shock Parliament. It will shock the international markets as it travels in a basket. That shockwave that will restructure global finances, and the American dollar will be put back on top as the ruler of all currencies on this planet. Mark my words. Warning of Iraq's violation of the international will seeking change in the Middle East. This is a terrible translation from Arabic to English. What they are saying is there is a huge movement in the world to have Iraq be the safe, secure, stable leader in the Middle East. And what will they need? A new rate. The international world is pushing Iraq forward. To me this means a new rate sooner rather than later. We are almost there. According to my CBI contact, a new elected US administration is now working with Iraq and has contacted Iraq, and so this is also very good news at this time. We must be patient and let the process play out. The process does not change, only some events along the way to get there. In Dr. Shabibi's plan to reinstate, there is one more step to the de-dollarization process, and that is to get off the sole de facto peg to the US dollar. This step must take place, and soon, very soon. There is no longer a need for it. It's time to bring the Iraqi dinar to the forefront. The Iraqi dinar is a speculative investment. If you hear a date, if you hear a rate, those are just speculative emo. Iraq is facing a new era, reform or the arrival of the Americans. The writing is on the wall. Iraq's going to the private sector, and we have to see where the pipeline's going to get started again. The oil salary is going to get localized. They're going to need an exchange rate to take care of all those things, all those contracts. They're going to need a valuation of the country's true effective exchange rate. We're seeing it all right now in real time. Will it happen in the next few days? Not sure, but we're sure looking at some powerful information that we haven't seen before. Many have asked, what's taking Iraq so long? Why haven't we seen the rate change? A lot of that is intertwined and connected to what's happening with the US government. Question: what are your gut feelings about notifications going out? Marks: I have so many people telling me they could go out late tomorrow. I feel it could go out any time between now and the 1st. You want to go to Chase to exchange your Iraqi dinar? Nah. Where you going to go? Aki? There's going to be thousands of those exchange centers all over the world. If Chase is going to make you wait 6 months, I'm just gonna go to Aki's or the CBI's private banks. In Michigan there will be hundreds of them. Sudani and the CBI defend the monetary reform because that is the security and the stability for the new exchange rate. Al-Sudani, the citizen wants to see something realistic and is tired of promises. After getting rid of heavy burden of its debt, Iraq has transformed from a country indebted to a country that can be a creditor to others. Iraq is not going to be in debt to others, but they'll be one that can credit to others. Iraq's going to have a lot of money. Non-oil, oil, tourism revenues are all in play. Television is talking about the dollar exchange. Frank, of course they are. That's all they're going to talk to you about. Firefly, they're saying the dollar platform is about to stop. They're saying there's a shock that's coming when the platform stops. Then they're saying the dollar will rise because of the demand. We think they are warning to be careful not to use the dollar. That's crazy. We know the dinar will have to go up. Frank, yeah, because it's not going to be just 1-to-1 EMO. It'll be maybe a little more than 1-to-1, which means it has more value than the American dollar. Independent politician Wael al-Rikabi confirmed on Sunday that Iraq will not be negatively affected by the arrival of US President Donald Trump to power in the United States, pointing out that there is an Iraqi desire to arm from new sources other than the United States. Al-Rikabi said in an interview with Al-Maluma agency, Iraq has nothing to worry about Trump coming to power in the White House or Biden staying, as it is committed to all international agreements and controls in a way that made it a pivotal state, and the visits that the country has witnessed recently are evidence of that, indicating that Iraq is the focus of attention of all countries for what it possesses of capabilities and energies, and the state of chaos cannot be returned to it, and it has not broken any official international agreement. He added, the process of changing power in America concerns the United States, and there are agreements between us and them, although the United States violated these agreements, noting that the Americans did not provide Iraq with the sufficient weapons required, such as air defenses, and Washington did not cooperate with successive Iraqi governments in this file. He pointed out that there is a desire in Iraq to arm itself with countries other than the United States after the recent events in the region, and Iraq is currently able to overcome this issue, and the existing weapons make the situation reassuring, noting that everyone knows the extent of the United States defense and support for the Zionist entity at the expense of the countries of the region. It is noteworthy that several representatives and political forces warned of the danger of the Iraqi army's weak armament in light of the events taking place in the region, the latest of which was the control of terrorist groups over Syria, and the threat of the Zionist entity to target Iraq. The Legal Committee of the Iraqi Council of Representatives revealed, on Sunday, the latest developments related to amending the election law, after talks and calls from influential political forces. Committee member, Aref al-Hamami, told Shafaq news agency, there are many political proposals submitted to amend the elections law, and among these proposals is returning to the system of multiple districts in one governorate, as happened in the 2021 legislative elections. Al-Hamami added, there is another proposal submitted by one of the parties, which is to divide some governorates with high population density into two electoral districts, such as the capital Baghdad, with an electoral district in Kark and another electoral district in Rusayfa. He pointed out that there are other proposals, including amending the Sandlog system and calculating voters' votes according to the electoral system, stressing that all the proposals submitted regarding amending the law are under discussion and are unofficial and have not yet been decided upon, and they will be addressed in the next legislative session of the House of Representatives.